Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 10 of my 1 vs 2 vs 2 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against two separate teams of 2 Emperor AI per team, and I'm playing as the Tigran Necromancer, Ramhotep Devilclaw. In our last episode, we eliminated another of our opponents, and in this case, that was the Orcish Theocrat, Gamblag Master of Origins. You can see here we have the city of Kabalg, which is the former throne city of Gamblag that we were able to take control of. And of course, now that we've eliminated Gamblag, the team of 2 that used to consist of Yizzo the Rat, who you can see is also out of the game, and Gamblag is now out of the game. So that's 1 team of 2 down, 1 team of 2 remaining, and as of yet, uncontacted. So the name of the game, I think this episode is going to be, let's try and get as much scouting done as we can and try to make contact with our opponents. And I really want to try to find a way into the Shadow Realm. That's another thing that's on my to-do list for this episode. However, before I dive in, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some fantastic comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Death. Death pointed out that he's actually really excited to see which undead units are available at the Haunted Inn. So just to remind everybody, I acquired this Haunted Inn by using Corrupt the Source on an inn, and of course this turns it into a structure that actually benefits me as a Necromancer. So as you can see here, this adds some gold income, mana income, a little bit of population income, but just like a regular inn, I can actually go to it, and we'll send my Mystic over, and I can recruit units, I can actually recruit units that, in this case, are generally undead or units that will benefit me. And as you can see here, we've got something I'm not familiar with here, a Doom Priest. Now, would you look at this? This is a Tier 3 support unit, and it has Black Bolts, Heal Undead, Dispel Magic, Melee Strike, and Dominate. Oh my goodness, what a neat unit. Check this out. So it has Projectile Resistance. It's an undead unit. It's also a devout unit, which is kind of funny. Wow, what a cool unit. So that's fantastic. So Dominate is the most powerful conversion ability in the game. The only thing is that this is used on living units. So the only trick with these guys would be that they're really good for maintaining a stack of undead, and you could grow your army by dominating living units. But these guys then would be best paired with a hero who has the Archlich upgrade. And that would mean that the hero could turn the living units that you dominate into ghouls, such that then you could take advantage of the synergy with all the undead upgrades like Heal Undead and things like that, and the ability to revive your units after they die with your, assuming it's a Necromancer hero, of course. But this is a fantastic unit. I'd love to get my hands on these guys. That's so cool. Wow. Very, very neat. The only thing is the price tag's a little high right now, but I'm very glad that Death suggested I take a look at that, because now I have this Doom Priest on my radar. I'd love to get control of this guy, like I said. We also have the ability here to buy a Lost Soul. So as you can see, the Haunted Inn is a really cool upgrade, and I'm going to move this unit back just for now. But a very, very cool upgrade, as it provides access to additional undead units for me. Death also pointed out that... and I had asked for some help and input last episode in regards to what to do with my new hero. So we have Sheila the Spoiled, who's a sorcerer, and I wasn't sure what to do with her. And Death is suggesting that what I could do is build up a powerful stack relatively quickly for her, and then send her over to try to get her into the Shadow Realm so that I can contact my remaining opponents, who I believe are probably in the Shadow Realm. Again, I know that I'm up against a Draconian and a Shadow Elf, so the Shadow Elf almost certainly is in the Shadow Realm, whereas the Draconian could potentially be on the surface or in the Shadow Realm. It'll depend. But Death is suggesting that I send my hero and her stack over there to try to get into the Shadow Realm. And I think that's a great idea, especially given that this is a Seals game. And I do know that my one of my 2 unknown opponents here does have control of a Seal. We don't know how many charges they have because I haven't yet encountered them. So I think that's a great idea. I need to prioritize getting over there as quick as I can. And that's also why scouting and exploring this episode is going to be so important. The next comment here is from Civ5 Addict. Civ5 Addict pointed out that I should probably focus on finding my opponents and not just winning by seals. And that's going to make it a more exciting game. And I couldn't agree more. I think it would be kind of lame of me to sit back and just, let my seal charges roll in. There's also potentially the chance that my opponent could find another seal location and get control of it, and that would actually give my opponent more seal charges, or I should say an income of additional seal charges that I can't keep up with. So even though I have control of a seal, and that's of course underground, and I'm getting the charges, I can't rely on it as a way to win. And in addition, it's not going to be as fun. And I agree. I want to go out and see if I can find my opponents as well. So I agree with Civ 5 on that one. And then finally, there's a comment from Thomas Hazelwood. The only caveat is that, Thomas, I couldn't actually see your comment. For some reason, it didn't end up showing up on the last episode. I did see it as a notification, and all I can do is read the first couple of words that you wrote down. We seem to have this trouble sometime with YouTube and certain comments just not appearing, and I don't seem to have any way to be able to push them through or anything. So there's nothing I can do on my end, so I apologize for that, guys. But this has happened before. From what I could see of Thomas's comment, he was pointing out that I tend to have a strategy whereby I'm upgrading my cities quite a bit as opposed to producing units. And I think Thomas was kind of wondering if that's based on, kind of my inclination towards acquiring units via conversion and things like Greater Reanimate Undead and Inflict Ghoul Curse. And that's absolutely right. I really do love acquiring units via the mind control abilities and via Greater Reanimate Undead, Control Undead, and Inflict Ghoul Curse. Those are my absolute favorite ways to get units. And I kind of like the idea. It sort of feels like I'm getting something for nothing, which I really, really like. And so I'm not necessarily saying that's the best thing to do and that it works in every situation, but generally when I play Necromancer or Theocrat, for example, that tends to be a strategy I employ. But again, you have to sort of play it by ear, and it depends on which heroes you're going to have in your game, because you may not always have access to those abilities. So again, it's always a balance. You have to work on upgrading your cities, but also potentially gearing them towards production, especially if you have a city that's located around structures that would give you advantages. So I'm just thinking of, well, like a good example would be here. So because I have Pillar of the Stylites potentially once the city grows, and I have the Floorrock Quarry, this would be a great city to produce really good pikemen potentially, and produce them more quickly. So again, you want to optimize things like that. But in any case, a big thank you to everybody for the fantastic comments. As always, guys, extremely appreciated. And without any further ado, let's dive in, because there's a lot to do, and I really want to make sure that we can find the Shadow Realm as soon as possible. So, I don't think we could move any of our units at this point. I think we had pretty much ended our turn. So let's think about what we want to research next. So we've got some different options here. We've got 114 coming in, knowledge that is. Summon Banshee wouldn't be bad, and then of course the next upgrade from there would be Produce Bone Collector, which is a very powerful tier 3 unit for the undead. Desecration isn't a bad upgrade. That's a combat spell that basically just buffs the resistance of all my undead units while debuffing any devout units. This would have been particularly useful against my Theocrat opponent, but he is now already out of the game, so maybe a little less useful for me, but still one I could try to get my hands on. But I think I'm going to get Harbingers of Death. I've already talked about, the benefit of having my heroes and my leader able to convert living units over, especially if I can get my hands on that Doom Priest. And so I might get this as well, just to buff my heroes a little bit and provide some extra benefit for the units in the stack. So we'll get that one and we'll start working on it. And hopefully it won't take 4 turns if we can get some additional knowledge via Whispers of the Fallen. Okay, now let's just do our production. So in Necras here, unfortunately, we are really low on gold, so I don't think I'm going to do anything other than just let it go. Merchandise. Oh, I guess I did have this stack. I actually forgot about them. So I think the plan with them is to go and clear out... There were 2 spawning structures. There's a Necromantic Circle, and there's also a Beast Den up here. So... let's see. Can we get to the Necromantic Circle? That's going to take 2 turns. And it's going to take 2 turns. So either way, it's about equidistant. So let's just start heading over that way. Yeah, there we go. Using that tunneling that our Big Beetle does have. You know what? We can tunnel a little bit further as well. Yeah, there we go. And I forgot, you should actually move the big beetle ahead of the rest of the stack, because once you've tunneled, it's 4, but while you're tunneling, it's 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that was a bit of a missed opportunity there, but something to remember. And this little guy, we are using him to scout. We're sitting on the city here, and of course, we're waiting for production, so we don't want to camp just yet. And then our hero, we're going to have to keep our hero at the city. And I think what I'm going to do is finish off the Great Temple that was already being produced, and then I'll probably do at least one reanimator, and I'll use hurry production just to make this happen a bit faster, assuming I have enough gold, that is. And then we'll probably produce maybe 2 mummies, and that'll give at least a decent couple of units there to our hero to be able to really start doing some damage, and hopefully try to find the Shadow Realm as soon as we can. Alright, so let's end our turn there. And while the turn is flipping over, I just want to point out, so the Shadow Gates, which are the ways to get into the Shadow Realm, I guess into and out of, they're kind of the access point, they will look like these up-down arrows on the zoomed-out map. But of course, so do cave entrances. And so you can see here, that's a cave entrance. Now, I'm looking around, and I don't think I actually know where any Shadow Gates are. So there's a couple of up-down arrows here, but those are cave entrances, as you can see. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Shadow Gate perhaps down here. We already know that this is another cave entrance over here. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we have a Shadow Gate over here, or perhaps in this top corner. At the very least, we're going to have to find one over here, hopefully, because we do need to get ourselves into the Shadow Realm. And it's kind of the same story underground. I don't think any of these are Shadow Gates. That's another cave entrance. So yeah, we have to make sure we keep exploring. That's going to be kind of, like I said, that's a priority for this episode. All right, enough yakking though. Let's get back into the turn here now that it's flipped over. We've produced 2 different Embalmers Guilds in Urs 4 and Kabalg, which is great. So now we're able to produce much more powerful ghoul units out of those 2 cities. We did produce the Saber-Tooth Chariot in Foog, which is exactly what I was hoping for. And I am going to send the Saber-Tooth Chariot, I think, over to join in and sit next to the stack that's on the seal. And the reason for that is because we just want to make sure we have a very powerful group of units here to guard the seal. And, of course, the danger here is that this seal is going to generate units to defend its... here you can see it says, gives +1 charge per turn to the occupying player, occasionally spawns units to defend itself. And if I remember correctly, the units that it spawns are usually like tier 3 elemental units. So we need to make sure we have some powerful units there to help guard it. So I'm very glad that at least I have another Saber-Tooth Chariot. So now we have to move our units. So the first thing we could do here, we have Jafsar and his very powerful stack. We can send them through the cave exit. And now we can go and raid these Hall of the Forefathers. There's one here, and then there's this Well of Souls, and then there's another one over here. So this might be a good opportunity for us to really quickly acquire some powerful units via Inflict Ghoul Curse. So you know what, let's try this battle out and see what we can... Ooh, and would you look at that? Okay, so we've got 2 Frostling Ice Queens, which are tier 3 support units. That's the racial unit of the Frostlings. Yeah, let's do this battle and see if we can use Ghoul Curse to get ourselves a couple of Ice Queens. The nice thing about them being support units, and one of the reasons I actually like playing a Necromancer as the Frostling race, is that your tier 3 racial unit actually then, once you get Healers of the Dead, ends up with Heal Undead, which is very, very powerful, of course. Alright, so, now these Ice Queens are currently protected by, or at least this one is, Transferring Pain. This one is not, so that's interesting. I guess they must have used it on the Witch instead. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Alright, so what we'll do here is we will buff up our Chariot. And I'm actually going to let them come in a little closer to me because I want them to get a bit closer so that I can get in there with Jafsar and try for the Ghoul Curse. So what we will do is we will actually retreat back maybe 1 with Jafsar. Alternatively, I guess I could stay right where he is. I do want to try and get a Despair on these units if I can. That would be really helpful. Yeah, there we go. So we just have to make sure Jafsar is kept safe. So we'll do that. Oh, and I don't think we managed to get a Despair. Actually, we did. Well, we got 2. There we go. So you can see here, now they have some Spirit Weakness, which is going to make them more susceptible to Ghoul Curse. And then we'll use our Oathbringer. And we'll also use our Chariot. You know what, we can immolate here. Try for the immolation. Nice, and it's immolated, which is going to give it even lower resistance there, so that's excellent. We can definitely try and get the Ghoul Curse off on that unit. And then our Ghast can step over. Our Shredder can just kind of stay put, I think, like that. And we're going to let them come closer. Yeah, and I was going to say, I imagine they're going to use an Ice Nova. That's totally fine, though. We can tank all that damage. Okay, so now we just have to figure out which one is the... Yeah, this one is immolated and has all the despair on it. Right here, you can see. So now, with... Oh, yeah, we have a 77% chance to get that Ghoul Curse off, which is great. So what we will do is we will step over here, and then we can move ourselves around. Don't want to actually... There we go. I didn't want to take any extra hits, so we'll move Jafsar over, and we have to be careful. We don't want to lose Jafsar, obviously. So now let's try for the Ghoul Curse. Nice, we got it. Okay. So now we should be able to just finish off the Ice Queen here. The only problem, of course, is these stinking Royal Guard that are causing me problems. So, yeah, let's see. We can hit pretty hard here. Okay, there we go. At least the Royal Guard is dead. Yeah, now we should be able to just get the finish this way. Perfect, okay. And then this Ice Queen is not currently protected, so we can step over and go to town. Very nice. Now, again, we could try and Ghoul Curse this one, but I think one is plenty. I'm pretty happy with that, honestly, at this point. So, let's see. Can we get the kill this way? We'd have to get good rolls, so... I think I'm just going to prioritize getting the kill this way. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll move the Muse up just to drop a heal onto the Chariot. Okay. And that's going to do it for our turn. We are taking a little bit more punishment, but again, we can handle it. So the Royal Guard will explode when he dies. We have to remember that. You know what? I wouldn't mind trying to throw a net on them. Very nice. Okay. That's going to free up our Ghast over here to move over and devour a corpse. Get some health back. And then we can gang up on the White Witch now. So, why don't we cruise on over here like this. Get a nice big hit. And then we can step over with Jafsar and try for the Ghoul Curse. Looked like it was resisted. That's all right. Our Muse can blast the Royal Guard for the kill. Excellent. Our Oathbreaker can't quite make it up to get in there. That's all right. Jafsar should be fine. Yeah, he's all right. Took a bit of damage, but nothing he couldn't handle. And then let's get the finish here with... Well, let's see who needs more experience, maybe. The Ghast could use a little more. Actually, we could get some more health back with the Ghast, so let's do that. Devour a corpse there. Shredder's good. Yeah, the Oathbreaker maybe. Although Jafsar, again, it's always nice. You know what? Let's get a little bit more experience while we can. There we go. Perfect. So just like that, we got ourselves a Tier 3 support unit. It's going to have Heal Undead. Very, very nice there. Ooh, and look at this. A Sun Disc, which is an excellent item that provides the Sun Disc attack. And then a phenomenal torso item here, torso gear. 100% fire protection, resurgence, and regeneration. That's incredible. That's an absolutely fantastic piece of torso gear. We are absolutely taking that reward. Now, here's the big thing, though. My Necromancer heroes do eventually get Undying, which would kind of mitigate the need for resurgence. Although I think until we get Undying, I'm going to give this to Jafsar. Just because we really can't afford to lose him. So now he's exceptionally powerful. Very, very strong. So let's see now. Does our new hero have a black wand? Our new hero does not. So what we can do is we can send this extra black wand, which we were hanging on to, over to Sheila there. And then let's shuffle these over just so that Sun Disc appears higher in our options list there. Yeah, that's fantastic. I might give this over to maybe my sorcerer hero once we have Undying on Jafsar, but for now, this is a great way to protect my most valuable hero at the moment. Oh, that's so good to have. I'm very happy we got that. Okay, and then we can cruise on over here. We can clear out this Well of Souls and then proceed over to the other Hall of the Forefathers. Meanwhile, with this unit, we'll figure out where we want to go, but that might be one to try to eventually add into our Sorcerer stack, perhaps. All right, let's jump underground here. Now, we have this group that was on their way through. We can tunnel our way over. You know what? Let's do that, and then on the way back, we could grab the haste berries, actually. That's pretty good. Go like this. There we go, and we tunnel the path forward. And then we should... Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're up against a Warguest, Red Raptor, Green Raptor, and a Kobold. Okay, no problem there. Should be able to handle it. And then let's engage the battle. And again, if I'm able to clear this out, what I want to then do is turn around and go back and clear out that necromantic circle. Alright, so let's advance. Since they aren't coming at me, I'm going to have to go after them. And our Cadaver can go real aggressive here. Sun Guard can advance. Okay, they're going to just sit back. Alright, well, in that case, I might as well just keep blasting. They're going to have to attack me eventually. Yeah, there they go. Nice, that lifesteal really coming in handy. Alright, the Warguest can take some big damage, so let's do that. Very nice, then we should be able to get the kill here. Perfect. Alright, over on this side, our Cadaver is actually doing a really good job, so let's keep that going. Perfect. And then we can step up with our Sun Guard and get closer to that shooter. Big Beetle, I think, will just retreat back. We don't need to take any unnecessary damage. Especially since it's a living unit, it's a little bit harder to heal. Kind of ironic, because you generally think about the undead being tough to heal, but once you have heal undead, I mean, they actually they have usually an abundance of healing, because heal undead restores so much health. So, kind of funny in that way. Now, we could drop a heal on the Cadaver. Alternatively, we could just devour a corpse, so let's do that. The Mystic can just drop maybe a self-heal. Yeah, there we go. And then the Lost Soul can jump over, tie up the shooter, give my Sun Guard a chance to get closer. Big Beetle can just do its thing. Very nice. Oh, I love that lifesteal on those Lost Souls. Excellent. Okay, now we do have a Shield of the Tribal Warrior, which is a kind of a weaker shield, but still decent. And then some +1 defense boots. Now, I could give these to my Sorcerer hero, but I'm also kind of anticipating getting some better items in the near future, and I would like some extra gold, so I actually think I'm going to sell these for gold. It's a bit of a, debatable decision, because, again, buffing my hero with some extra items would have been nice, but the hero's not going anywhere for a few turns, and I'm hoping I'm going to get some additional, hopefully slightly better items in the near future. So, now what we'll do is we'll turn around, we'll grab the haste berries, and head straight back over to deal with the necromantic circle. So that's going to be the plan for them. There we go. All right, perfect. So that worked out really well for us. Oh, right, okay, and we have our druid hero up here, Leandra. And, of course, we're retreating back with her to try to get some better units, basically, because her stack is composed almost entirely... Actually, it is entirely Tier 1 units. So we do need a little bit more muscle. And that actually might be a good option to send up my Ice Queen to maybe group up with her. That would give her a little bit more of a fighting chance. So with her, we'll actually send her over maybe to the city over here to Toongale. And then we can actually head over and start clearing out some more of these structures over here with her. So we just have to get her a better unit or two, really. And then let's go back underground and grab Ramhotep. So we want to clear this structure out, and we also want to raid the tomb. We can actually get to the tomb on this turn, so might be the better choice. Yeah, let's do that. We'll head to the tomb first. All right, let's see what's inside. Ooh, excellent. Okay, so we have a human Deathbringer. Now, this unit has Inflict Ghoul Curse. I really like these units. They're also tireless. They're a good melee unit. So I want to get my hands on this if I can. And then we also have a couple of Hellhounds. Archon Revenant Peltist, which is like a spearman. Has Throw Javelin. Or I guess technically it's an irregular unit with a shield. Okay, so kind of like the Orc Spearman, I guess. And Projectile Resistance. That's pretty good for a tier 1. And then a Zombie Horse, which is basically a horse that is undead and has Undying, which is pretty cool. So this wouldn't be a bad one maybe to get control of. In any case, we've got options here, but we need to make sure that we kill off the Deathbringer so that we're able to bring it back. Okay, great. And they're going to attack me. That makes my life a little bit easier, actually. Okay. So yeah, we want to make sure that we blast the Deathbringer for some damage. Let's start working on the Deathbringer. Our Sarcophagus is going to be a little bit less useful this battle, just because we're up against undead. But we could try and hit the Hellhounds with Weaken, so let's try it. Alright, well, we at least limited their movement a little bit. And then what we'll do here is our Nightmares can kind of wait in the wings a little bit. Want to make sure Ramhotep is safe here, so we're going to retreat back ever so slightly. And then our Hellhound can advance up like this. Alright, so let's see what happens next. Okay, there's that Shadow Step. That's fine. We can always bring that unit back. So now, let's see if we can get the kill on the Deathbringer here. It's going to take a combination of attacks. You know what? We do have... Yeah, we have Spirit Ray with Ramhotep, so that is going to allow us to do actually a lot of damage. Yeah, this would be a really good one. So you know what? Let's do that. Now, the big trick is going to just be we need to get the kill here. Perfect. Sarcophagus, we can actually use to bring back the... Or to bring the Deathbringer back to our side. It's great. And now our Nightmare can start working on the enemy units here. Perfect. I'm a little concerned that the Deathbringer might get attacked again. But if it does, we also have Greater Reanimate Undead with Ramhotep, so I should be fine. And of course, we want to make sure we bring back our Mystic. Okay, Ramhotep taking some... Ooh, getting beat up. Yikes, that's a little scary. We got to save Ramhotep, because he's obviously our most important unit at the moment. Ooh, and we're actually in a bit of a tough spot here, so need to make sure we clear out both of these units. Okay, so the Nightmare's going to have to break off the fight over there. Get a nice flanking charge attack, which turns them around, frees me up. And then we can do the same thing here with our dual Hellhound. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll actually use our Deathbringer. Oh, I have to be kind of careful. You know what? Let's use the Nightmare here so we can charge in. Perfect. Okay. So now we should be able to move over and bring the Mystic back from the dead. Like this. Okay. And here comes the Mystic. The Mystic is back. We will use Werepanther. And then we will pounce like this. Actually, we could pounce all the way over there if we really wanted to. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Pounce all the way over here. Perfect. And then the Deathbringer can step over here and get the kill. We did get a Ghoul Curse as well. Not that we needed it, but... let's see, can we... yeah, that's not really going to be of much help for me. Actually, we could try and Fear. You know what? Let's try that. Nice, we got a Panic there. That's helpful. And now we can go for the Peltist over here and get the kill there. Perfect. Oh, and I forgot about those ghouls coming back. Shoot. Oh, thank goodness our Deathbringer didn't die. Okay. So the zombie horse we could try for a control undead on, actually. Wouldn't mind that. Nice, and we got it. Okay, that's great. Now, the rest of these are our units, I think. Can our sarcophagus do anything? Yeah, we can try. And get a little more experience there. We do want to level it up. It does get zombification at elite rank and throw curse, or inflict curse, excuse me, at veteran rank. So definitely some incentive to try to level it up a little bit. Then we can do that, and then we should be able to get the finish here and end the battle. Perfect. We took a little damage there, but all things considered, we got it done, and we got ourselves 2 additional units, including this Deathbringer, who I'm really excited about, and we didn't lose anybody, which is the best part. Okay, and it looks like we're getting a bit of gold, some mana, and a Mace of the Ethereal Ancients. This is an epic melee item that has +2 spirit damage, melee strength. You know, this would be a good one maybe to give to my new hero who doesn't currently have a melee item, which is Sheila. I just want to double check. I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Yeah, okay, she doesn't. So that's great. So now she'll have a pretty decent melee item. Okay, so Ramhotep now, we want to send him over. We want to clear this structure out and try and get some more undead friends while we're at it. Step over. We want to start healing up the Deathbringer, that's for sure. Yeah, we can move over like that. Okay. That's going to more or less do it for this group. Yeah. Okay, so now we do have the Great Temple produced, and actually that gives us access to the Palace of the Perished. Ooh, and that would give us access to the Tigran, Queen of the Lost, and the Lich. Now that is... Oh, but you need to have produced Deathbringer to get the Lich. Wow, I'd love to see what that unit is, so that's pretty cool. I'm interested to see the Tigran, Queen of the Lost, though. That's cool. Wow, okay. We're definitely going to want to build this. But that said, just for the next couple turns here, let's do some units here. So we'll get a Reanimator going, and we will hurry the production just because that's going to take 2 turns otherwise. We want to get units into this stack so we can move our hero as soon as possible. So we'll do that, and then we'll follow that up probably with like 2 mummies, and that should be enough to get going at least. All right, what else do we have access to? Let's do some more scouting while we can. We can grab these haste berries since we're going through there anyway. And then, you know what? Let's follow the road. Ooh, roaming units here. We got a zombie, lost soul, and a skeleton. We want to stay away from them. So let's, you know what? Let's head back into the mountains just to try and stay away from them. We got another lost soul we can summon here. We have to decide where to do that. Our tiger over here. Grab the mana crystals, I guess. And then head down. Oh, we found another seal. Okay. This is the seal of Veve Falanaxar. Now, I thought that was the one that my opponent had control of. Well, see, now this is interesting. I had assumed, oh, you know what? Okay, I thought that because the seal was located beneath my name like that, that I had control of it. And you can see here that my emblem is there. But maybe it's just listing them that way, and this one is controlled by independence. Oh, I see. Okay. So I thought, okay, that makes more sense, I guess. That was confusing, though, because I actually thought that this was just the way it was listed here. I thought this was under control of my opponent. But I guess that makes sense since, you know, it should be showing me how many charges they have. I just assumed that because I hadn't made contact with them yet, it wasn't going to tell me how many they had to keep me guessing until I met them. I can confirm that when I actually do meet them, my opponents, that is. But, okay, so that's interesting. So I guess there's only 2 seals on this map. So were I to get control of this, that would be a pretty... Oh, look at this. Okay, well, now we've met them, so now let's check this again. Yeah, okay, so this one is just controlled by independence at the moment, not by either of my opponents, it looks like. Whereas, yeah, that's really interesting, though, that you can see that the way it's listed here, it looks like it's beneath Sidron of the Shading Winds. So that's kind of funny. I thought that he had control of it, but I guess I should have looked at the emblem here. In any case, it didn't really change my approach, and I'm still glad I have control of this one because, again, anything could happen. So, but now I at least know where my opponents are, and obviously this is my Draconian opponent, so he may be in the surface world. We'll have to wait and see. But I know where the seal is, and I know where my Draconian opponent is. So just to remind everybody, the Shadow Elf is an Archdruid, and the Draconian is a sorcerer. So we got Karashar, Moorclaw, and Sidrin of Shading Winds. So I think this is going to be really fun facing off against these two. And we're, like I said, we're going to have to find our way into the Shadow Realm, that's for sure. All right. Let's see what else we got. So again, we want to cast our Lost Soul sometime soon. I think we've more or less done everything else, so that actually might be up next on the docket for me here. Now, we're not going to be able to summon it out here, unfortunately, because we don't have any heroes, and then we don't have control of this as a vassal or anything. So, our option would probably be down here, actually, would maybe be our best spot. I suppose the other option is we summon it underground, and we go finish exploring in this corner. You know, and I don't hate that idea, to be perfectly honest. Alright, let's do it. I talked myself into it, although it didn't take much. Okay, so this... I thought this was a dead end, but there's an ancient ruin up here. Okay, and there's another portal to a cave to get to the surface. So, I'm really wondering where these shadow gates are. There must be some, and they're just haven't seen them yet. Yeah, it'll be interesting if I can find them. Alright, so... let's do, I think, our production next, because, again, if I jump around, I think we've got all our units that have moved here. Oh, that's right, we still have a scout, this little guy. Yeah, we can send him along the road. Here's a little city we can make contact with. Some frostlings. I'll just leave them be. Eventually I will want to head over there, but for now I'll just leave them alone. Ooh, look at this, a Tigran Firecat. Ooh, I like the design of this unit. So they have fire bolts, inflict scorching heat, inflict immolation. They're an archer. Very cool. Kind of a little bit of a draconian sort of flair to them. I like that. All right, let's do our production here. So down to Foog. Again, we don't have a ton of gold, so maybe we'll focus more on the cities we need to prioritize the most. So Toongale, I was thinking about producing some units to aid my druid coming in. So let's do that. We probably want a mystic with heal undead and then also a mummy. So let's do a mummy first, and then we can do the mystic as well. Yeah. Over to Foog. Again, I think we're all right for now in Foog. So maybe we'll just do merchandise until we get... Ooh, actually, you know what? I almost forgot. We have things we can sell. So let's sell Planar Gate here. Yeah, that'll improve our gold income a little bit. And then over to Cabal here. Probably the same thing, actually. We might hold off. I don't think we're at risk from roaming units, although... This is unexplored down here, but I think we're fine. So let's sell the Theocrat Conclave here. A little bit extra gold that way. Necras, on the other hand, might be worth producing a unit. Perhaps. Maybe we'll make one more... Mystic, because again, we do have improved support units coming out of here thanks to the Magic Academy. Maybe this one, we actually could send them off to maybe join this stack, or head down and maybe explore down here and just see what's in this back corner, just to make sure we're not in any real danger of losing our city. So you know what, we'll send him over this way. He can meet up with the other stack in Ursfor on their way over to clear out this necromantic circle. Speaking of Ursfor, let's see, what could we produce? I think we'll just do merchandise for now. There's nothing we can sell, so let's just do merchandise. Again, our hero's going to stay put for another turn or two there until we have at least a couple units for him. For her, that is. Yeah, that's going to about do it. And this unit can again stay put. Actually, we're just going to camp them out. Now, do we want to start casting a spell? I'm thinking probably. Let's see what we have. Embrace Darkness would be great to actually have here. So let's maybe start working on that just to improve our cities that we have producing units. The other option would be another Lost Soul, but I think Embrace Darkness would be good to get going. All right, so we'll end our turn there, and let's see what our newly discovered opponents decide to do here. Probably kill off my scout. It is going to cost them some movement to get over there, though. It's forest, dense vegetation. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, he's definitely going to be able to take the seal with all those units. Yeah, and there he goes, just as I said. All right, well. Oh, and look at this. We'll do this manually, and I'm just going to kill my unit to deprive him of the experience that he would gain. So, we are going to surrender. Those poor tigers. So there's Karashar, and he's got some apprentices, the Draconian Savage, and then a few other Draconian units there. So, yeah, so now we know for sure that he actually... And there, it's telling me. Seal of Veve Phalanax are captured by Karashar Moorclaw. So, okay, I thought before he had control of it. Now I know for sure that he does. So that's my incentive to make sure I hang on to that seal. And I know Karashar himself is actually right at the seal, so I may actually just have to head straight over there. Ooh, Blood Moon is up. Okay, so Blood Moon, all units that can do a melee attack deal an extra 3 damage. So just things hit that much harder. Looks like we've had a domain invasion at our throne. I really like the ambiance it gives, though, where everything's kind of got that blood tinge to it. Oh, and look at this. We've got multiple roaming units here. We got some little bandit, scoundrel, and freelancers. And then we've got those animal units here. So, actually, I'm glad that my hero's here because we're going to need to clear out these roaming units. So this would be a task for my stack once I have it ready to go. So now let's do 2 mummies. The mummy, just to take a look here, is actually a pretty decently powerful unit. Has Inflict Curse, Life Steal, although I believe that's as a result of Vampiric Hunger. So we have Inflict Curse, Projectile Resistance, Inflict Brain Rot. Yeah, we got lots of good upgrades there, or lots of good abilities there for the mummy. So, pretty decent unit. And I think we'll throw this on the Throne City here just to buff those mummies as we make them. All right. We did get a level up for our Archdruid as well. Now at level 7. I think maybe what we'll do is call Ancestral Spirits. We have enough casting points for it, so that's what we'll do. Okay. We do have a quest available for the village of Caradon here. Let me see, what is it? Abort the Abomination, is I have to kill some wisps, and I'll get a Frostling Pillager and a peace treaty. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't have any interest in doing this quest, so I'm going to decline. Alright. Keep moving this way. So let's see, did Karashar... Well, he lost his Trebuchet. He also lost his Frostling at gear. But yeah, we know Karashar himself is at the seal, so I suppose we can start heading over there to try to confront him. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to actually fight for the seal itself, but the other option is we go for his throne city since we know that he's here. Although eventually, if we want to eliminate him, we're going to have to take out both him and his throne, of course. Okay. So yeah, we cast our spell. Toongale, we have our mummy. Okay, that's good. That's going to help out our druid. Let's do a mystic just to have a unit that can heal undead a little better. There's a gold mine we can clear out on our way over, so let's do that. Try and get a little bit of extra income this way. All right. So, I think what we'll do with Leandra here is we will step over, and then let's just do some armor-piercing blasts here. Perfect. There's the kill outright. And we're just going to rotate our units in to protect our most valuable character, which is the hero, of course. And we're going to let them come to us. There we go. Perfect. All right. So we can blast the halberdier, and then drop a big heal on our crab. And then what we'll do is we'll drop a pounce, a kill. Very nice. We can do the exact same thing over here. Head over there, and then... Oh, no line of sight. Well, we'll sprint our way over. Actually, we could just do a flanking hit, but I think it'd be better to do the pounce and end up in defense. There we go. And then we can flank over this way as well. Nice. Did some big damage to my raptor, but we got the kill. And a level up for my raptor as well. There we go, a little bit of gold income. That's not so bad. We also can clear out this water node, and we have an opportunity to perhaps try and recruit a baby reed serpent, which would be good. Of course, we have our druid who can befriend animal. Now, we do have to be careful because these lesser frost elementals are going to be kind of tough customers for us. Let's just see. We have some frost protection thanks to Warm at Night, which is going to help us out. So I think maybe I'll buff the snapper crab. Just because the raptor has taken some damage. Although, if I were to do this... Yeah, I think we'll buff the snapper crab. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now he's got tons of health, which is great. We can step up. Lost Soul can advance. Cheetah will remain kind of in reserve here. Same with our raptor. Ooh, tried to freeze my crab. Ooh, they both did. Thankfully resisted both attempts. So now we have to try and put the hurt on these elementals here. Alright, so we can move in behind to get a flank shot here at least. Let's go like this. There's one. Nice, big damage here actually. Perfect. We can flank around like this. Get a flanking charge, really nice. And then step over like this. Do the pounce, there we go. Exactly what we needed. And then we can go like this. Do some hefty damage there, very nice. And then we can try to befriend the animal here. Got a 65% chance, pretty good odds. Excellent, it worked out. And then we can almost get the kill here. Ooh, we had to get a good roll. Of course, those healing showers. Perfect. We got the kill with our crab. They also leveled up. If we can get them to gold medal, they'll actually turn into a tier 2 animal unit. But I'm really excited that we got the baby reed serpent. If I can get this unit some experience, it'll evolve all the way up to potentially a king reed serpent eventually, which would be excellent for us. Right, so we will keep moving. Okay. You know, we just want to head down here, grab the Mystic to have heal undead, and then we do have Nourishing Meal, which can heal the undead, but it'd be nice to have a dedicated unit that can do that. The stack. Although I suppose we also have our Frostling Ice Queen who... You know what? Actually, we have the Ice Queen on her way up, so let's actually save the money and not do that. We can just send the Ice Queen up this way. Yeah, she can just head up through here. Ooh, yeah, we can just go around. Actually, there's some pretty good structures to raid here. There's a Sphinx Temple, which would be awesome to raid. We've got a Shrine to the Guardian Angel. But yeah, I think with Jafsar, we're going to head over and get rid of this Well of Souls. I'm going to try and get that Carrion Bird on my team just so that... Actually, I can try and recruit some of these Grimbeat Crows as well, just to have some scouts, perhaps. But let's just step up and obliterate them here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Very nice. Alright, let's try and throw a net on them. Perfect. And then... step up like this. Immolate the bird to give me slightly better odds. I can try for it. Fail. Then charge in. Do some big damage. Ooh, and my Jafsar is now cursed, but that's fine. Well, alright. We didn't actually recruit anybody. Although, we could wait another turn and try again, I suppose. Try for one of the Grimbeat Crows just to have a scout. Ghast, meanwhile, can devour a corpse. Throw on Alliance Courage just for the experience. Right, cool. Wait one more turn. And then Jafsar can build up a charge and get the Ghoul Curse. So we can use those Grimbeat Crows as scouts. Alright, and now we can head over and try and raid this Hall of the Forefathers. And look at this. So this gold mine has been cleared out, which would suggest that my opponents have been over here. So let's head over to the Hall of the Forefathers, which is unexplored as of right now. And then next turn, we'll try and clear it out and see if we can recruit some more units. So we just hit level 10 with Jafsar. I would like to get Shadow Step with him, so let's do that. There we go. That's excellent. So now, Shadow Step allows him to get in and out more easily, especially when we're trying to Ghoul Curse things. I think that's a really, really good synergy ability to have with Inflict Ghoul Curse. Gives you kind of an extra bit of safety as well. Oh yeah, these units can move, so we can grab the Haste Berries and then move down as far as we can down this way. And then this unit can join up. Perfect. Right. And yeah, now we have... Right. Oh, and look at this. A Bone Dragon. Now that would be absolutely stupendous for us to get our hands on. My only concern at the moment is that if we attack it as it is, we're not going to be able to probably deal with the entire thing because we'd fight so many units here. So what we might actually have to do is let them attack us rather than us attack them. Because if we attack it right now, we'd fight 8 units. And I just don't know if we can handle that at the moment. So instead, what we'll do is we'll just get ourselves ready and let the dragon come to us. So that we'll wait a turn here. And then hopefully we can get ourselves a Bone Dragon, which would be absolutely spectacular for us. Let's peek our head up above. Nothing we can see up here. Ooh, there's a treasure chest, though. Let's go grab that. And some gold. Oh, that's perfect. Man, having these scouts really does pay dividends in a lot of different ways. I think another Embrace Darkness wouldn't be so bad. Because we have other cities producing units as well, so... Foog. Okay, we have a decent amount of gold now. Let's still prioritize our most important cities for production. Okay, we're working on the mummy over here. So we will go like this. Start building our stack like that. There we go. Oh, and this little guy I almost forgot about. We can send him through the mountains over here. Do a bit more scouting. There's a Tigran Cat Master, as well as some Naphaton. Yeah, that's all his movement. All right. What else do we got here? One thing I can do is go to the overview panel and check my armies. There it is. That gives me a way to kind of manage all my troops here, rather than having to watch me kind of pan through all of them. I can check it this way. So, it tells me how much movement they have left, which is also really nice. I definitely don't use this enough. And sometimes it's just easier to pan through them rather than open this up, but I do like having this option. Yeah, I think we've done pretty much everything. So let's just do our production here. Boog. Do we really need to make anything at this point? Just looking around. There's nothing to really expand to. I mean, we could try and get the... We already have the stone wall. Ah, what the heck. Let's do the observatory. Cabalg over here. Again, we are able to produce some half-decent units, but don't really need them down in the corner. So let's sell off the storehouse for some extra money. Ursfor, on the other hand, might be worth... might be worth producing something. Although we do have this stack now, kind of clearing things out. So you know what? I think I'm just going to continue with merchandise for now. Toongale. Okay, now Toongale, I do perhaps want to produce something. We did make our mummy, which we were planning to have join in here. So there's the mummy. And then, again, the plan was to make the mystic to have a healer, so let's do that. Jafsar does have a little bit of movement. He could go backwards, but we're not going to do that. And this guy's going to just hang out. Okay. And that's going to do it for our turn, so we will end it right there. Yeah, this is shaping up to be pretty exciting, actually. I'm really looking forward to facing off against these two. Alright, so Karashar is moving. Ooh, it sounds like he's summoning things. I heard that. Shouldn't be surprised, given that he is a sorcerer, of course. I will have to be careful, too, because he might get aggressive and start coming after me. Ooh, and look at that. He's got some units here coming after my scout. Oh, and there we go. Okay, this is what I was after. So, the good news is he came to attack me, which is going to make it easier for me. So, I do have to be careful, though, because this Bone Dragon is going to be a tough customer. Thankfully, I have a fair bit of fire damage on my side. Alright. So, I think I might actually heal up one of my nightmares, just given that I'm going to need the fire damage. And the Hellhound as well. I think the Hellhound does the most fire damage. 5 compared to... Oh, okay. Actually, no. The Nightmare does 5 as well. So, yeah. Let's heal up the Nightmare. Game, because we need that fire damage. The Deathbringer and the Mystic can kind of maybe spread out just a little bit. And I don't want... Well, actually, the Mystic does have heal, so... Yeah, you know what? Let's just heal up the Deathbringer just to be nice and safe. Zombie Horse does have Undying, so we can let it kind of go and do its thing. And the Sarcophagus we do want to make use of, so we'll just kind of leave it in there. Actually, maybe we'll retreat it back just a little bit. Alright. Now, we're going to let the dragon come to us. Be nice to get that Wraith as well. Okay. We can charge in and attack the Wraith for a little bit of damage. Sure, why not? Gain Undying. Don't think there's really any other buffing we can do. Again, we got to keep Ramhotep out of harm's way from this scary Bone Dragon. So, let's stay kind of back here. We don't want to be too far back, but we definitely don't want to get into the danger zone. So again, the Nightmares are going to be my main fighting force, along with the Mystic to kind of help out. Sarcophagus is just going to hang out kind of in the back. Again, the one big thing is we need to make sure that the Bone Dragon is killed before the other units are all dead, and that's going to allow us to have the opportunity to actually bring it back. Now, we have to be careful. It's currently in defense mode, which is going to mean... you know, we're not in a good spot here to take full advantage of its weakness here. But you know what? I think if we gang up on it here, we can put the hurt on it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, maybe I should have waited till it was out of defense mode, but oh well. And then Ramhotep needs to step up. Again, we need to be careful. We don't want the dragon getting too close to me, but do a little Spirit Ray damage. Sure, why not? And our Sarcophagus... Well, we can at least use the Sarcophagus to stop the Lost Soul from coming back. And the Wraith is killing off my... That's no fun, killing off my Nightmare. Which is really putting a dent in my fire damage output here. Alright, so let's step over. Actually, we'll step closer. Do some blasting. And then we can step in and get a nice big flank hit. Followed by... Oh yeah, we're going to get the kill right here. Perfect, okay. And now we're going to move the Sarcophagus in. And just like that, we have ourselves a Bone Dragon. That is fantastic. Now we can go in and try and use Control Undead on the Wraith, which would be great. We just have to watch out because we don't want... I think is the only unit left the zombie, the ghost, and the Wraith. Yeah, I think so. We have our zombie horse. So yeah, you know what? We're fine. We can go in, try to get control of the Wraith here. Actually, alternatively, let's just kill the Wraith. And then we can use Greater Reanimate Undead on it. Yeah, that's a much better idea. This is just not going to guarantee and get the kill. That's the only thing. We'd have to get good rolls, and the horse might just die. Oh, we can just do this, though. I forgot. Alright, well, yeah, we'll go like this. Flank it. That's fine, even if we lost the horse. Nice, we got the kill. Okay. And then we can run over here. Bring the Wraith back. Now we got ourselves a Wraith. And then we can attack the Ghost and get the kill. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so really all we lost was one Nightmare and one Zombie Horse. But we got ourselves a Bone Dragon, which is a Tier 4 Undead unit, and a Wraith, which is a very good Tier 2 support unit that has Heal Undead now that we have control of it. Oh, that worked out so well. Yeah, that was perfect. That was even better than just going in here and clearing this, because we were able to get a unit that it produced that was even better. So, oh, that worked out so well. Yeah, and this is actually, I think, a great place to end the episode right here. We did get a level up with Ramhotep, so I guess we'll do that real fast. We can grab Ghoul Curse, which is absolutely what we wanted. And then we will also grab Shadow Step to go along with it. And that's excellent. Oh, this is so exciting. So now we have Ramhotep at level 9 with a Bone Dragon and a Wraith. He's got a very, very powerful stack to work with now. And we can still clear this out and try and get another Wraith and maybe this Poltergeist as well to have another support unit that can heal. This is just really, really exciting. We now also have Harbingers of Death, which means our heroes are that much stronger. So yeah, this is really shaping up quite well for us. Again, we unfortunately weren't able to find any gateways to the Shadow Realm, but if we keep looking, I'm sure we'll make progress and find one. So let's just zoom out and take a look at what we've got going on. You can see here that we can see a good chunk of the map on I guess kind of the eastern side of things here. And there, of course, it's showing you that seal that's owned by Karashar. But yeah, we'll keep looking and see if we can find a way into the Shadow Realm, because we are going to have to confront our Shadow Elf opponent eventually. All right. So we're going to save this one, call it episode 10. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.